And what's going on, everybody? Your boy Blake, Money Blake Weather, Loaded Joe's MMA podcast. Want to give a shout out, first off, to all of our amazing sponsors. First off, shout out to Fightbook MMA, Roberto Villa for setting up the interview. Thank you so much, my man. Shout out to Fightbook MMA for all your fight news, updates, stuff like that. Shout out to our sponsor, Zen Soap. Love Zen Soap. It's the only soap I use on my body, all natural. Don't go to the store. Don't go buy that god-awful stuff for your skin. You're going to get eczemas and all kinds of weird creatures living on your skin. Don't do that. ZenSoapCo.com. Austin Kickboxing Academy is where I train out of, where a lot of UFC fighters are coming to Austin train out of. NOP Media, thank you so much for logo, background, designs. Holler at them if you ever need any logo stuff. And, of course, GetGearWorldwide.com, Gear Athletics. I got my hat on. Gear Athletes. Check them out, GetGearWorldwide.com. And, Jimmy, we're on, my man. How you been, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, doing good, man. I was just listening to some of your interviews, so I don't try to go over the same questions and watching your fights and having a nice, relaxing afternoon, man. I was taking some notes today. I want to start from the Uriah Faber fight because I'm be honest, man. I'm a huge Uriah fan. I was impressed by your performance right after the Iriah Conti fight. I was in Vegas, so I had this sick lineup, right? All these fights picked out, and I was happy and sad at the same time that you won. I was happy to see that we have a future at 135, a young future, because this is before, people weren't even talking about Cody fighting, Cruz at this point. But I was sad, too, because that was like the one pick I lost on my bed. All good. No, you know what? It's okay, though, because, I was happy and sad. I was in Vegas, and they had this, you pay, $30 to watch the fights. And I was like, I ain't never paid $30 to watch some fights anywhere. But then they're like, you get free drafts and free wells. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch some fights here. So, yeah, man, just keeping it real. I don't think there's going to be ever a host is going to say that they betted against you. But you know what? I wasn't upset. I bet $10. It was going to be it wasn't big money.
It went all the way around.
Right. Right. I mean, but I was happy. I was happy to see you get the win, man. And I took some notes. I just rewatched the fight because I was not in my sober state of mind. And I still wasn't this afternoon, but I took some notes. I want to say, first off, man, you were super disciplined the whole fight. It looked like you had, I don't want to say it probably was a game plan, but it didn't seem like it was just game. It seemed like you just had a disciplined approach on Uriah Faber. Now, there's a thing that he did in the first round and the second round, even the whole fight, but it was mostly the first round I noticed. Did you notice in camp, are you one of those guys that watches a lot of film? Because Uriah Faber doesn't cut off the cage. You circled out anytime you wanted to get away from the cage. He just followed you, but he didn't cut you off. Now, was that something you noticed?
Well, I didn't want to stay on the cage just the pure fact if he wanted to wrestle out, pin me up against the cage.
Right.
I wanted to stay in the middle the whole time. So.
Well, makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, I think that was something I noticed too. He didn't cut you off. There's fighters that will cut you off against the cage so you can't move. You just circled out. It was just an open door. Your exit point was there all night. And another thing I noticed was you were countering. He likes to throw a lot of I don't even want to call them feints. He just throws a lot of kicks that are meaningless that you just simply countered off with the low kick, or you simply countered off with an overhand right. Was that another thing you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, he has this random fake.
It's very random, yeah.
It's he'll throw random things, and one of my teammates and good friends can reenact them really well. He's really good at reenacting other fighters and doing their style. So he did a lot of that, and it was it was funny. It was you're like Uriah Faber, except a little shorter and small because he's a 25er. So he was really good, though. So he really prepared me for him, and all the work I got in with guys like elite wrestling and great boxing and kickboxing and grappling in general. I was well prepared, ready for his guillotine, his takedowns, and his right hand. That's it.
And the takedowns and guillotine none of that shit happened. It was all stand up. Nobody tried to go in for any sort of takedowns. I mean, not you, but mainly Uriah. He's known for doing that overhand and then right into double leg, or if the double leg doesn't work, right into the single leg on your right side. Didn't even try that. And then another thing you did was a lot of uppercuts from when he would try to clinch you. It was just like as soon as the exit happened from the clinch, it was an uppercut, or it was a hook, or it was a left hook. And then a lot of, I'd say, counter straights. Like he would throw his straight, and he would just be like 1 or 2 inches out of range, and you just, yeah. Was it, so, again, all part of the game plan?
Yeah, it was all part of the game plan. Just staying on top. That's my. I mean, I could fight anywhere, so it doesn't really matter to me. But he's not as good at stand up as I am, so I just took it where he wasn't good, and I just kept running with it. And then when everything was working, I just kept working. I mean, afterwards in the back, I'm looking at the doctor because they're checking out my eye, and
right.
Walk back to his restroom. Could have barely walked. So I definitely felt well, except for the eye poke. But besides, went really well to fight.
Yeah, man, you fought that last 3 minutes with basically blind. I was rewatching it, and you were like, "What time is it? How much time I have left?" And they were like, "No, we can't coach you." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like what?" So walk me through that, man, because they had like a little talk with you, like they were talking to you as the impact happened. So what were they saying to you? What were you saying to them?
Well, basically, exactly what you said. They couldn't say anything. Do you want to continue fighting, this and that? I just want to know how much time was left.
Right.
I figured if they stopped the fight, it would have been no contest. But I realized, someone told me, and I'm still not sure about it, if they would have stopped the fight if we went to the scoreboards just because it went past 2 rounds.
Yes.
I don't even know. I think that's right, but I didn't want to lose the fight because I was ahead.
Right.
So when she was checking my eye, the doctor, I was just guessing numbers with my left eye. I'm like looking over. And I was like, was it close? And like afterwards, I'm like, was I close? You like 1 or 2 off here and there. I'm like, I fought the last 3 minutes with one eye, and I couldn't see. I didn't even know my right eye was open. It was open, but I didn't even know I couldn't see. I didn't have any vision. Half of it came back when I got in the back. The other half came back when I got to the hospital. But it was blurred bad. Like I couldn't see anything, and my head was killing me. Like someone literally poked, shoved something in my eye, and put it all the way in the back of my head, and was in.
Fuck, man. Would it ever cross your mind? And that fucking sucks, man. I'm sure you've experienced eye pokes. Was that like probably the most severe one you've gotten?
Oh, it was hard. It freaking was the hardest eye poke. Like it didn't feel like you poke your eye. It felt like your eye went in the back of your skull and came back.
Oh my God, Jimmy, I'd never wanted that. That's horrible, man. I was gonna say though, was there ever a thought in your mind? I mean, I know there's a lot of craziness in the future. If that ever happens, to scream out to the crowd, how much time is left? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody tell me, VIP.
No, I think the ref finally said 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Like, I'll take these 3 minutes and go with it. So I was even less like the first round was like kind of passive, to be honest.
Right.
And I started picking it up, and I was gonna lay it down in the third round. But once that eye poke came, I was like, all right, well, I can't really be offensive as much as I want because I can barely see out of my right eye. And I'm like, all right, just kind of keep doing what I was doing and keep it slow and steady and just work what I have. But honestly, it was so hard to see. Like I had my left eye, but I'm not dominant. I'm right dominant, so it was hard to, throw your punches and land them.
Yep. I know that, man. And I don't know what the eye poke's like, but I know being right dominant. That's I am. But also another thing too, like they told you, one of the judge told you like something about your record. She was like, well, if you pull out, there's something on your record or something. And I was like, what? Like with a doctor. I think it was a doctor. It wasn't even the ref.
I don't know what she said. I don't know. I don't remember what she said.
I'm sure she was talking about the rules, but yeah, you came back right after that. We'll fast forward from that because that didn't even matter. But you came back right after that, and it was just flurry. It looked like flurry time for like the first 20 seconds off of that. Was it just a mixture of being frustrated and angry, or was it you were just trying to close out the fight?
I was just trying to keep him away. I just came out with a flurry and started going right away. Just kind of keep him away and just establish my dominance. You know what I mean? Dominance.
Yeah.
Because you get hurt, then they're gonna try to take advantage of it. And I wasn't going to let him take advantage of it, thinking I was hurt. He would have been able to, I could finish him now. I'm like, no way. Because I seen what he did to
Frankie Saenz. Yeah. Oh, well, Rivera. That's Rivera. That's right. That's right, man. Yeah, he poked him in the eye and then choked him out. You're like, not today. You said not today.
No, he poked me in the eye. I backed up. I'm like, ref, eye. I'm like, no way.
Not today, man. Yeah, and then he kicked you in the nuts earlier. That was not fun. But you came out with the win. It was fun, too, because I liked – it might not have been the way you wanted, but and the fans booing and shit. But it all paid off for me, and I instantly became an Insta fan. like kind of like Instagram, Insta fan. I became an Insta fan right when you did your speech, and you started cussing on the mic, and I'm like, yes, we need more people like this, man. Like more people fucking keeping it real and just telling us what they're thinking. I don't know, man. Like, what was going through your head as you were giving that speech to Joe Rogan? I'm here with the winner, Jimmie Rivera, and you're just like, I got to tell the world. I got to tell the world everything.
Fuck, can't see. And I can't pick up Uriah Faber. Those two things. I can't see on my right eye. It sucks.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose my vision. And I can't believe I beat Uriah Faber. It was crazy. And I really had had so much emotions going on about the eye and the thing. Like, he's asking me stuff. I'm like, whatever, man. I just want to go back to the doctor.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in the ambulance on the way. Me and my coach were like, holy shit. I just beat Uriah Faber. It's crazy. And I grew up watching the guy.
Right.
I respect for him. He's just, I was better than him. I knew I was better than him. I just had to get the chance, just like the other guys in the division. There's all these other guys, and I'm better than them, and I just want to keep working forward and get that title shot. It's hard because I'm not one to talk shit. Now I'm starting to because of everything that's happened and Caraway being a pussy and pulling out of his fight again. So it's at a point where if you don't speak up and you just stay quiet, you're not really get recognized. I mean, I got more publicity not taking a fight than beating a legend in the sport. So it's
right. It happens that way. And yeah, to touch on your point, and then we'll bring it back. Is right after the fight. If anybody go back and watches it, for the first minute, all you're telling your coaches is they're like, "You won." You're like, "I can't see out of my right eye." They're like, "But Jimmie, you won." I can't. My right eye. I can't see out of it. Like that was just the first minute, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that must be so scary," because you don't know if you're going to see again right, if it's fucked up for life, if it's fucked up for, I'm sure there's like, you just got done with the fight.
Yeah, I want to be able to see again. I don't want to be blind.
Yeah. I want to try to kick some more ass. I don't need to be permanently handicapped from this fight, man. And then so we do the speech, everything, and then up until now, you were talking. I have seen you or heard you on more podcasts and heard more energy or more publicity about all these podcasts you're doing in regards to Brian Caraway dropping out of the fight and you not taking the fight rather than, yeah, you're right. No, you beating Uriah Faber. Like, I'm sure a lot of people talk to you about it and whatever, but it just seems like it's like, holy shit. Like, if this doesn't point out one that, and I don't even know Brian Caraway. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't know. I don't like to, I'm not that guy, but it just seems he drops out of everybody's fights that are tough people.
He's a scared nice guy. That's what it comes down to. He wants to fight that he can win. Yeah, and like you said, I beat a legend, and it was all about Uriah Faber after I beat him. Nothing about me.
Right.
I go in there, I don't take a fight, and it's all about me now. And I'm like, it is what it is. But, I'm just tired of being like the quiet, humble guy where I'm like, yeah, this, that. No, fuck that. I'm like, I'm better than all these guys in the division. I mean, I sparred TJ 2 or 3 years ago and whooped his ass in training. Like, he's like, people like, that's when I realized, like 3 years, I think it was 3 years ago when I really realized, I'm like, I thought these guys were so much better than me, and they're not. And I got to train. I got to grapple Faber for we did 1 or 2 rounds, and I got to spar TJ. And I'm like, these guys, I thought they were good. They weren't. They're not even that good. And I just laugh and I think about it now, and I never talk about it, but it's funny. And now I talk about it. And I told my coach, do me a favor, send that footage of me grappling and whooping TJ's ass. I'm like, I just want to have it. Like it's kind of hard to use it because there's the bro code and you shouldn't throw it out there. It's just supposed to be for you.
Right.
Throw it out there, but it just really is. I mean, I don't think TJ is going to win against Cody unless TJ is that better than Cody in training. I mean, Cody's good. I said Cody's good, but I'm better. Same thing with TJ. TJ doesn't hit hard. I mean, he's a smart fighter, but at the end of the day, he doesn't hit hard, and I can stop his wrestling any day because I'm better than him. So, when it comes down to it, it's just like, all right, what's the next step for me? And I'm kind of wait and see. I mean, I would love to fight Cruz since he's open now. I mean, they already set up TJ and Cody for the Ultimate Fighter, so it'd be great to fight Cruz. And I retired one legend, retire another legend, and then be the #1 contender.
Right. I don't know. So first off, I want to say, release the footage, make a documentary on yourself, and you can release the footage. The bro code don't count on documentaries, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you maybe don't make the documentary next year, but once you get you.
Once I do it.
Well, yeah, once you do it, you can release the footage because it's like And, and then because by then nobody will have beef with nobody. It'll be everybody. Oh yeah, everybody will show love. Everybody shows love when everybody retires. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's competing anymore. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there. If I see it, I'm gonna hashtag myself on Facebook and Twitter. My man. But and then the other thing. So you're talking about Cruz, and I had a lot of people saying, he should fight Cruz. It's gonna be interesting to see what this new take of UFC is, because you would think, or I would think, not you, because you're in a different position than I'm in. As an outsider, I'm be honest, man. This is gonna be the realest podcast. I'm gonna say it. But they like to do win-win, loss-loss. You're in a weird place because Lineker lost, Cruz lost. That's a loss-loss. They could easily match that up, and you could be stuck in limbo. You're in a very weird place, I think. The best place that they could put you in would be against Cruz, but will they do it? It makes sense. Like, I'm gonna pull up the UFC. I have the UFC thing in front of me, and just for everybody who's listening out there, once this is available audio or you're watching this, here's the top 10 right here. Dominic Cruz. After Cody Garbrandt, Dominic Cruz, T.J. Dillashaw, John Lineker, Rafael Sunsao, Brian Caraway, Jimmie Rivera, and Jimmie Rivera should probably replace Brian Caraway. Brian Caraway going to drop out. Aljo Sterling, Michael McDonald, John Dodson, and Thomas Almeida. So let's wipe away all these names real quick. There's really no win-wins because Rafael Sunsao lost to T.J. Dillashaw. T.J. won. He's matched up with Garbrandt. And so it really leaves there's really still three names: Cruz, Lineker, and Caraway. If they were to try to rematch you with Caraway, would you even consider it, considering that he dropped out? If they were to call you again next week and be like, "Yo, Caraway called. He said he's good," would you be like, "Bro, he's still gonna drop out"?
I definitely. There's a lot of animosity now, especially.
I get it.
November, I had my wedding. Didn't get to have a honeymoon. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, I didn't get to enjoy it all. Because once I have a fight, I don't drink. I just focus on. Even my wedding, I didn't drink. And I just focus on eating healthy and staying disciplined with what I do. That's why I'm 19-0 at 135.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with discipline. So there's a lot of animosity. If they asked me to carry away, I would, I know it would be doing them. I would feel like, they're doing me a favor. I'm doing them a favor at the same time because there's more behind the story that I really can't say, obviously, right now. But if they said that, I would do it. Or if they said, we want you to fight Cruz, that's fine. They also have Rafael and Sterling. If you're talking about really matchups, they have Rafael and Sterling fighting. If whoever wins, that could be, the next for me. Or I could get Cruz, and that's what I want. I can't go against Cody or TJ anymore.
Right.
They're taken already to fight, so I understand. But the next best team would be Cruz, and I would love that. I would love that opportunity. It's a great opportunity. You saw Cruz in this fight. He's fought. Styles always makes fight.
Yeah.
Fights. He's a good wrestler. He knows how to use his punches to set up his takedowns. Couldn't take down Cody. There's no way that Cody's coach couldn't even take me down. But Faber. So this is the biggest thing. Faber and Cruz went. Faber was able to take him down. Faber was able to rock him. Faber wasn't able to take me down or even land a punch on me. Cruz is not going to be able. Cruz had a hard time against Faber. I had an easy time to walk through him. When I fight Cruz, it's going to be a piece of cake. It's going to be maybe a little bit harder because he moves so much. But besides that, that's it. You know what I mean? He doesn't. People don't realize he doesn't box well. He doesn't kick that well. He wrestles and sets up his takedowns well. Can he even grapple? He's got good takedown. Get up from the mat. He does have that, but mine's way better all around. And that's if he even gets me down. So it's an interesting situation. But I would love to fight Cruz and take be his second. I make him his third loss of his career, and go in there and be at the number one spot.
I get you, man. I want to touch on some of those points too, because me, honestly, I'm a huge Cruz fan. My girlfriend's a huge Ronda fan. So when we watched the pay-per-view, we had like 30 people here, and I didn't even give a fuck about the rest. I was so crushed. But again, one of those fights where I'm glad to see young blood, coming into the 130. Like anytime there's young blood in these divisions. And I'm 28. I'm talking about young blood. What the fuck am I saying? But anytime there's this new breed or the next generation, the evolution of Pokemon, whatever the fuck you want to call it, in the divisions, it's always a great thing. It helps the sport grow. I'm just a huge Dominic Cruz fan. I'm a huge fan of his footwork. It and I get what you mean. Like his boxing is not like boxing. It's not like doesn't it cannot work and it can work at the same time because it's very much based on a Willie Pep style. If anybody is a great analytic or they like to watch, go watch Willie Pep. Him and Dominic Cruz, they basically move exactly the same fucking way. Switch stances, controlling the wrist, watching, dipping, head in and out. So it's very much a crazy style of boxing that's not utilized because either some people are not affected enough to use it, or you can work it into your game like somebody like T.J. Dillashaw and Dwayne Bang, I think, have a great style that they've kind of infused, with that. It's kind of like Dominic Cruz with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of power on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so that's an interesting dynamic, and I think that's an interesting take on that. And so one of those two fights, let's safely assume one of those two fights is going to be your next fight. And we don't know yet, And I'm sorry for you, man, that you had to go through. First off, New Year's Eve, because I drank so much on that night. It was great. I probably drank one for you. I'm just put that out there.
That's fine. Thanks, man.
I love you. And then sucks for Christmas, sucks for your wedding, and mazel tov to you. I'm not even Jewish, but you know what I mean. And man, it just sucks. It just sucks all the way around that I'm not politically correct at all. I just want you to know that, Jamie.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going with the flow.
There it is, man. But yeah, man, it just sucks overall. Like you couldn't pull out sooner just so you could at least enjoy life in the moment. Because you can't relive those moments. You know what I'm saying? You can't relive your wedding, the Christmas, your New Year's. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk what's going on right now. You're making a lot of waves, I think, and this is the time to do it. Like the time of MMA to do it, to make waves, social media, podcasts. This is the time to do it. And you're kind of, I don't want to say figuring it out, but you're seeing like what's going on. And I like what you're doing. I like this approach. What is your take on everything? You started the week off. Today's Monday, so what's your take on how everything's gonna play out, or where is your stance on you waiting to hear back from a fight, man? What's your mentality? Walk me through what's going on in here, man.
Me, I got my school. I'm focusing on that. My students. I'm still training. I always train. So it doesn't matter. I'm always training, staying in shape, and I'm just kind of gonna just kind of waiting here. I mean, the card just finished that I was supposed to be on, and I'm just gonna kind of lay back a little bit and wait, but not train. Still train and stay in shape. Still, focus on my school and my family. Priorities are still the same. Nothing changes. It's not like, I'm not fighting now. I'll just be out of the gym.
No, of course, yeah.
Even when I'm not fighting in the gym. So the priorities now is just staying in shape, focus on the school and my family, and then seeing what happens.
Right. What was last night's take on the card? Did you pay attention? Were you a little salty at it just because like Brian Carey dropped? No.
I watched a couple of the fights. I mean, I was with my family. I was more focused on my niece and spending time with her and a couple of my good friends than the fights as much. But I watched a couple of the fights. They were good fights. The Lozon fight was good, and I caught. I actually fell asleep. So by the time the fights came on, I was dead tired. I was just tired. It was a long day. And when the BJ Penn Rodriguez fight came on, I actually was already asleep. I woke up in the morning. I watched a highlight of when he knocked him out, and I was like, "That sucks."
Yeah.
Went in there and, he's the same thing. I look at Yair Rodriguez and I feel bad for the guy because he's not realizing like he needs to speak up. He's very humble. I'm like, you need to speak up. I mean, you need to get out there. I mean, your knockout was great. Now you need to like get on the mic and call out who you want and start doing something so you keep moving forward.
Right.
You got to get that publicity out there. You got to get the casual fan to know who you are.
Especially since he speaks English. Like, everybody was like, oh, Yair don't speak no English. Especially the motherfucker's Mexican, and he speaks English. Like me, I'm Mexican. I speak English. But I'm from Texas, so it don't fucking matter. But I'm just saying, like, Yair's from Mexico. He speaks very good English. Like, he should be doing it. He should be doing the shit like you're doing. Like, we got to get him on. I'll reach out to him and see what's going on. But I'm one Mexican to another. But people that are in that position, like they just made a killing fight. Go make some waves. Go talk some shit. Go say what's on the fuck your mind. Like, Jimmie, you hadn't done this before. How does it feel like now getting everything off your chest? Doesn't it just feel better too? Like connecting
Oh,
it and having.
it definitely feels better, and definitely have to go. I mean, so many people said so many things, and everybody becomes an expert at MMA now, and everybody. It's like it's funny because I never really had the spotlight on me. I really didn't. Even when I beat favorite, didn't have spotlight on me. So it's crazy having the spotlight on. Now everybody either hates you or loves you. Everybody's like an expert. Everybody's like, oh, this match or this and that. I'm like, they think of the replacements. They weren't gonna move me forward. It was just a paycheck. I'm
Right.
like, I started in the UFC almost 2 years ago, never asking for an easy paycheck. I went in and I took the toughest fights and I moved forward, and it was moving me forward. So as long as it's moving me forward, I'm cool with that. I understand when you get on the top, though, you have to defend that. But I'm not on the top yet. I'm ranked 6 now, or wherever I am, and I'm still working to get to the top. I understand. If I'm 1 and I got to fight the 4 guy, the 3 guy, the 5, I understand. I'm number 1. I got to defend it. If I'm the champ, I got to defend it. That's fine. But it's like I want to keep working up to that there. The replacements where I was just like, it is what it is. I'm like, people, you get mad. I'm like, you just get mad and you try to ride my coattail, but it's cool. Like, I'll see you later. Bye. It's cool. Because really, at the end of the day, I want to fight toughest fight. Toughest fight right now that's in TJ and Cody is Cruz. So I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to start making some noise and wait and see what happens.
Yeah, man. And I think that's the best thing you could do is make, because this is a time. Like, if you want to fight, tell somebody. Let somebody know. Let social media know, because then everybody hashtag Cruz Rivera. Everybody would just blow up Dana's feed. And next thing, this is the time to do it. Like, for fans to make fans can make fights like that. This is an awesome time, I think, to be a fighter. But also, if you're you get a lot of MMA purists. I don't even want to say, I don't know if purist is the right word, but just MMA, like snotty MMA fans are like, oh no, MMA shouldn't be this way. But the sad fact or the happy fact is it is, man. Talk to, you're doing what you're doing now, and you're realizing this is one of the most impactful things that you can do is reaching out to fans this way. And has there been a boost on that you've noticed on social media? People like, Jimmie, I fucking love you because of this, or you know what I'm saying?
Or
even more than
because of this.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Either way,
it's
man.
fine. I mean, it all happened Tuesday. I did like 7 podcasts or interviews in general. It was just like, it was crazy. I'm like, I didn't even get this much publicity when I beat Uriah Faber. He's a legend. And even with that fight, people were like, why are you fighting this guy? I knew Uriah would have took the fight because he lost to Cruz. And he fought Frankie Sands. He beat Frankie Sands. Then I think he got a title shot after that again. And or he lost to Frankie Edgar, and then took the fight was Frankie Sands, who was ranked like 13. So I'm like, all right, I know he's going to take this fight. And he's going to be like, it's 2-0 fight. He's going to try to go for another run for the belt. And I stopped him. I beat him. And people are like, well, you didn't retire. I'm like, yes, I did. I'm like, he wanted to go off on a win. He fought one more time so he could get a win and retire. And he beat the crap out of Brad Pickett. And he was thinking to himself, should I retire? And honest truth, he still has it. His age hasn't caught up to him. He went 5 rounds before me, was Cruz. And then he did 3 rounds and tore Pickett apart. His age hasn't caught up. It's just what happens is that I was better than him. And people don't realize that. And I was able to stop him in every aspect of the sport, of the game, every aspect. So it's like, I don't get credit for it, and I haven't got credit for it, and it's fine. I don't give a fuck. Just keep moving me forward. I want to keep propelling. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to do whatever it has to take to win, and I'm going to be the fucking champ, and that's it.
It's almost in the effect, if I'll be real with you, you're going to be one of those fighters who once you retire, people will be like, remember that time he beat Uriah? Like, you'll get more notoriety by the end of your career for that win. It almost seems like that way to me, because I get it. Like, I get what you're saying, and as far as you're getting all this attention for something that, like, it hasn't even happened. Like, there hasn't even been a fight, and you're getting all this attention. And you beat somebody, and you didn't. I get it. It almost feels though like that win right there. Like, people will remember Uriah, like what he did, and then be like, "Remember that time Jimmie beat him? Remember Jimmie?" And you.
Well, they would have said if I knocked him out because I was upset, I didn't get the finish. And my coach was like, "Why are you upset? If you would have got the finish, you would like, oh, you got lucky." But the fact that you went in there and you went 30-27, all 3 judges.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything, unlike when he had fought Cruz, and Cruz had a hard time with it. He couldn't do anything to you except for an eye poke and a groin shot. It speaks for itself. It's just, people want to see the finish, and I understand. But you know what? Sometimes it's hard to finish someone if you're engaging, they're not disengaging.
Right.
So it's like it's kind of hard to win. Someone's on the defense the whole time, and you can't really win. You know what I mean? Like it happens. When I fought Pedro Munoz, my second fight,
Right.
it was
Yeah.
a war because we tried to beat the shit out of each other. We were knocking each other down left and right, and we were trying to go for the knockout, both of us. And it was a war because of that. It wasn't a war in his favor because he kept running. I would hit him, ba ba ba, and he would be away. I would hit him, ba ba ba, and then if I would come in, he would back up. It was hard. The only time I was able to really hit him was when he was coming in, when he wasn't running. And people don't realize that it's hard to knock someone out if they're not standing toe to toe with you.
Right. It may have appeared toe to toe. Like I was watching it, and Mike Goldberg was like, "They're standing in the pocket, Joe," and I'm like, "Well, they're kind of not, because Uriah's kind of doing this little number here and then in and out, and it was like you were there though. You were there this whole time, right there. I get exactly what you mean, man. Without sounding like too much of I know what I'm talking about. I just know a little bit. Who knows? I'm a guy who drinks and I have a podcast. Who knows? But Jimmie, one more question, and when we get to the kind of the end of this, man, let people know just sort of your in a nutshell synopsis, your background, everything that got you to MMA. Like why MMA?
Simple. I started training tire showman since I was a kid, and one of the things you learn here is competing makes you a better martial artist. So my first passion has always been teaching, and then my second has been competing and fighting. And I kind of fell into one thing after another. I saw guys doing some kickboxing fights, and I wanted to do some. I did some at a young age, and then when I was 18, I went amateur MMA right away because they had it for us. It was a great timing when I turned 18 that the MMA was there and you could do amateur. And one thing led to another, and I wanted to see how far I could take it and go from there. And it was really cool to see how far I was able to take it and how much I could push myself and go rise to the top. And I just, I finally got the Ultimate Fighter. I did so well. I got the second call to come in, and when you get a second chance, you take that shit and you run with it.
Right.
I've been running with it and doing everything I can. And I tell my students, I understand, like sometimes I have to leave early or sometimes I have to miss because of training. But please don't get upset. Like I'll be back, once it's only 2 months or a month and a half. And after that, I'm back in full-time teaching. So when this happened, I was like, all right, I'm going to stay and focus on my students, keep training, focus on my students. And, I want to keep getting them good. I have great students. They're awesome. They understand. And, it was the biggest thing. So I got into, I've been doing tire showrooms ever since. And it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
That's awesome, man. I love that. It's a good story right there, man. They gotta make a movie about your life, man. I love it. All right, man. I like to do a thing right at the end called random ass questions. And Jimmie, it's exactly what it sounds like, man. Just some random ass questions. So let's just go ahead and kill them, man. First random ass question. I always need to know this because it's called Loaded Joe's MMA Podcast. Favorite drink at the bar?
Honey Jack on the rocks.
Honey Jack on the rocks. You're a whiskey guy, my friend. Okay. I like it. Favorite movie of all time?
Top of head, Rocky IV.
I like it. Okay. Favorite MMA fighter of all time?
GSP.
Jimmie, I like you too, Jimmie. You're very good. I don't know where that came from.
That was pretty good.
So I've been told. I am impressed with your performance and the third round with Uriah Faber. Okay, enough of that. All right, you're in the workout room. You're in the gym. You got your headphones on. It's all to you. 3 artists you got to have on your playlist when you're working out, my man.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go with 50 Cent.
Yeah. Okay.
Don Omar, and Brantley Gilbert. I listen to everything. So.
You say Don Omar? Did I hear you coming out with reggaeton when you fought Uriah Faber? I heard some reggaeton in the background, dude.
Yeah, Don Omar. I come out with Canteo, and then I like some rap. 50 Cent. I love his old stuff, and I grew up to it, so that was it. And then I like a little bit of country. I'm not gonna lie. So
that's okay. I'm from Texas. I love country. We're good.
Brantley Gilbert's my dude, man. He's got like an AC/DC country version himself, and I grew up listening to AC/DC and Metallica, and I grew up learning to listen and ran a lot of stuff. I'm very diverse, so I don't neglect any. I don't push it. I don't discriminate. Excuse me. So yeah, definitely those three.
What's your ethnicity again?
What?
Yeah,
Puerto Rican, Italian.
Puerto Rican, Italian, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So I'm Mexican. You're Puerto Rican. We have a rivalry in boxing, but we have an infinity love for fighting. So I think that's why we get along. I love it. All right, man. Most exciting experience of your life?
Um, Man, I have so many good experiences. I can't tell you. I mean, everything kind of cherish it. Recently, most exciting experiences. My wife and I, we purchased our first home, and going to move in soon.
Congratulations,
so,
brother.
It's a scary thing, but it's a cool thing.
I got you, man. My woman she wants to get a house, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared. My credit, I'm Mexican. I gotta go working, whatever. But
better start working hard.
we're on the same wavelength. I get you, man. It's a lot of hard work, But congratulations for you, brother. Okay, let's make pretend you're a superhero, and you get to pick your superpowers. What's your one superpower?
Be super, super strong.
Oh, you some Hulk shit. Okay. Yeah. Little Hulk over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We got to get into the real shit, though.
And I turned green. I actually turned blue instead of green. I don't know why. I just want to be blue.
I love me some blue, man. Baby blue is my favorite color, man. Just like a little Twitter.
You're like a little Smurf. That's a Hulk.
Yeah, he's little. He fuck you up, though. All right. We got to get to the real shit, though. Celebrity crush.
I'll take right now Jessica Biel. Always.
Jessica,
always, yeah.
She always has your heart, right? From Seventh Heaven and shit. You're 27, right? I'm 28. We know what's going on.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel can get it.
Don't
okay.
Tell my wife.
Tell her you didn't even do an interview today. I won't even tag you. We're good. No. Okay. Country with the most beautiful women.
Huh?
Country with the most beautiful women.
Wow.
It's a hard one.
That is a hard one. Growing up, I mean, I've been to different countries, and some of the women, what I'm saying, I've been in a few. Anywhere. Let's go with. I don't know. I can't. Some Spanish are going right now. I'm like
some Spanish.
I'm like dabbing into like Argentina or Brazil.
Argentina, Brazil. We go Argentina, Brazil. I'm with you on that. When they got them blondes that speak Spanish, and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know. Or Portuguese, and if you're in Brazil, whatever. All right. Well, this is gonna be even harder. You thought that was hard? I got a harder one. Country with the ugliest women. Or maybe this is easier.
Fucked up. I might say like Thailand or something like that.
They got a whole bunch of girl boys. That's probably fine. They probably okay with that.
I've been there. It's a little crazy.
I've heard stories, man. Like I've heard some stories that I can't even repeat on my podcast, and I cuss. But
I wouldn't repeat them because I've heard those stories or not experienced them, but I was when I went there with my ex-girlfriend like 7 years ago. It was very like you could tell like that's a guy. We would play like that guy, that's a girl, that's a guy. And you go every corner, there's like a transgender place. There's like a hospital, transgender to change the gender and stuff. You're like, this is it's a little out there, but it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool though. I still like being out there and learning the lifestyle and experience. That's still really cool.
I've always wanted to go there just for the kickboxing experience, man. Like I'm a huge fan of striking, but I can imagine that you see a girl and you're like, why is her dick sticking out bigger than mine? Like, oh my God. Like, that should not even happen. Asians don't have big dicks. Okay. If they were to write a movie about your life, man, who would play you?
Who would play me? I'm going to have to go with like Jean-Claude Van Damme or something like that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, he's older now. So
no, they can digitally remaster him in some shit.
If they needed a younger version, the guy from Twilight, what's his name? The wolf guy.
Oh, Lauder, Tyler Lauder.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take Tyler Lauder or something.
Tyler Lauder. He got to grow a little beard. You got a good-looking beard right there, my friend.
He's actually a martial artist too.
Yeah.
Crazy background in martial arts.
He did that one movie like right after Twilight. It was like kind of legit. Like he was a little like spy kid or. Yeah, he
Yeah,
he did all sort of taekwondo moves and shit. And you're like, holy fuck. When's this kid coming to UFC? Get his ass whipped. But gonna be the next CM Punk. But yeah, I get what you mean. Okay, they write a book about your life. What's that title?
uh, man, you asked me so random questions.
I told you random ass questions, bro.
What does that say? They always have the ugly, the beauty, and the truth, or something like that, or I don't know. Jimmy Rivera. I don't know, man. I have a hard life, the hard life of Jimmy Rivera, or something like
The
that. I
hard
don't
life.
know. Yeah, I had a hard life. I mean, all the hard work's paying off, but it's been a hard life growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing's easy. You know what I mean? It looks like it comes easy, but people don't know the struggle.
People don't know. Maybe that's the title. People don't know the struggle with Jimmy
There you go.
Rivera.
You already made it up. Good. Now you guys start writing it for me.
I've interviewed a lot of fighters. I try to pick and grab what works, man. I'm just saying. Last question, man. We'll get you along your way. If you were not fighting or in like combat sports, what would you be doing, my man?
Military.
Military? What?
Yeah, I would have been in the military.
Well, salute to you, sir. What would you be doing in the military?
I would probably be doing a couple tours and then military officer or something. I'd probably stick with it once I got out of it. If I didn't find Tiger Showmans, I definitely would have been in trouble then in the military and been stuck with the military.
Damn.
And doing something along the lines and staying probably active or at least working at a base or something like that, like some high rank officer. Like I can't see myself being just like a low rank. I would have to work my way up to the top for sure. But doing something like that for sure, I would see it. And then, I got mad respect for the people that go over there and fight overseas. They go over there and take bullets and stuff like that and protect our country and fight for our freedom and the unbelievable thing. So if I didn't have all this, I would be in the military.
Yeah, they fight for us, so we can talk shit about fighting and that you can fight. Respect to them, man. And you probably be the 135 champion of whatever military organization you be in. So shout outs to you, man. Shout outs to Tiger. Was it Tiger Showman? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Tiger Showman.
Shout outs to Tiger Showman, man, for keeping you in line and having an awesome athlete like you training out of there. Jimmy, floor is yours. You shout out anybody you want to, family, friends, sponsors. Let people know where they can find you on social media. Just take it over, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously, thank you, Tiger Showman's the best place you want to get in shape. Learn some kickboxing, come on through. I'm on East 34th Street. East 23rd Street, 34th East 23rd Street in the city. And then NutriBio supplements for the best supplements out there. Everything's made in-house, so you know exactly what you put in your body. And the best fight gear out there, Tiger fight gear, the only gear I use every day to protect myself. Mm-hmm. And, follow me on Jimmy 135, Jimmy Rivera on 135 on Twitter, or Jimmy Rivera on Instagram, or same thing on Facebook too. And thank you for the support. And you don't like me, it's all good. If you like me and support me, I appreciate it. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Anytime, brother. We need to have you on more often, talk some shit. Jimmie Rivera, ladies and gentlemen. Shout outs to all of our sponsors right here that kept us going. Jimmy, you take care. Train hard, train safe. Hopefully, when you get that next fight, we have you back on, talk some more MMA shit. But be good, brother. Be positive, and we'll stay in touch, man.
Sounds good, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I can't wait to look forward to talking to you soon. Okay?
All right, my man. Peace.